All right. Hi, guys. Happy Friday. Anyway, today we are going to be doing lesson 5 notes, and that is on eating disorders. Okay, so you can find those by looking on your Health Daily Plan right here. Here's the lesson 5 notes. Click on that, it'll bring up the notes. Don't forget your I can statement is that you identify different eating disorders and what their effects are on the body and mind. All right, so here's what you bring up when you click that link. And so it'll be like this. Anyway, eating disorders is what we're going to be talking about today. You might be thinking, you know what? Why are eating disorders under mental disorders? Aren't they different? Well, actually, no, they're the same. These are still mental disorders. And right now, they're the most deadly of all the disorders. Okay? 1 in 5 people die from complications from a mental disorder. And a lot of those are because of the eating disorders that you will be talking about today. So, what are eating disorders? Eating disorders are an extreme and damaging eating behavior that can lead to sickness and even death. These include anorexia, bulimia, binge eating, and then another one called EDNOS. And that'll be later in our notes. So, these can lead to sickness and even death. 24 million people have an eating disorder in the United States. Considering there's only 300 million in our country, that's a ton of people that have one. These disorders, remember, have nothing to do with food, but they are brought on by mental and emotional problems. What they have to do with is control. Okay? And people are hurting their body by not feeding it. They control that part of their body. They're not giving it the food and the nutrients it needs in order to survive. So binge eating disorder, we'll start with this one. This is basically compulsive overeating. A compulsion is something you feel you cannot control, and binge eaters can't control their desire to eat. Even if they're not hungry, they will notice that they are constantly eating. Okay, I'm sort of like that. I will eat if something's in front of me. It hasn't been until the last 5, 10 years that I've started to like take notice that, hey, I'm not hungry. Why am I still eating? So this is called binge eating disorder. The difference with binge eating disorder is, um, like we said, they eat even when they aren't hungry. And because of the excessive amounts of food they eat, most compulsive eaters have serious weight problems that are considered obese. Obesity is weighing more than 20% higher than what's appropriate for their height, age, and body frame. Okay? Height, age, and body frame. Next, we'll be talking about EDNOS. Okay, EDNOS is eating disorder not otherwise specified. I'd love for you to go back to your Health Daily Plan and watch the video at this point. Pause this recording and go watch the EDNOS video. Follow the link for that. All right, so after that, watching that video on EDNOS, we can see that it's a pretty scary thing. All right, here's another eating disorder. This is one that you might have heard about before. This is called anorexia nervosa. This is an eating disorder that's characterized by self-starvation leading to extreme weight loss. This disease has been around forever. As a matter of fact, there's documentation of it in medieval times with the knights and stuff like that. It's most common in females, ages 14 to 18, but it can also occur in males. Years ago, it was about 1% in males, but now it's up to 15% in males. People who have anorexia often have low self-esteem and poor body image, not to mention other issues such as depression or possibly bipolar disease. So um, this happens, it can happen to anyone, but a lot of times it happens specifically with people who might have bipolar or depression as well. What happens with anorexia is they starve themselves to gain control of their life, specifically the food input. That is one thing they can control. If left untreated, a person with anorexia can die from starvation, heart failure, kidney failure, or other medical complications. The depression that's associated with it can also lead to thoughts of suicide. Another eating disorder is called bulimia nervosa. So we had anorexia nervosa and bulimia nervosa. Bulimia is a condition in which a person eats a large amount of food and then secretly purges that food. To purge something is to get rid of it or remove it. So how do people purge? Well, lots of people who purge or with bulimia, they either forcefully vomit or they take laxatives. And laxatives are things that help you go to the bathroom. And so these people would take these laxatives and they take them all the time. So they constantly have to go to the bathroom. Okay, so that's another way that you can purge. A third way is to exercise excessively to burn off the calories that they have taken in. Okay, and this is another way to purge. We used to watch a video about a woman who had an eating disorder, and on this she had bulimia and anorexia, and this person just finished running the Boston Marathon. Do you guys know how long a marathon is? It's 26.2 miles. So this person had bulimia and anorexia, and this woman just finished the Boston Marathon. What would your first thought be after finishing 26.2 miles? I know mine would probably be like, where's the bed, or get me some food, or give me a shower, or something like that. But this person's first thought wasn't how tired she was or what to eat, but when's my next workout? When is the next time I could work out? And so you just see that this person really had issues with themselves and needing to exercise and stuff like that. So there are also health risks associated with bulimia. Okay, some stomach acids from frequent vomiting can eat away tooth enamel, injure the mouth and throat. There's a hormone imbalance from frequent vomiting along with dehydration, damage to the kidneys and liver, and a loss of important minerals. But there is help for people with eating disorders. Okay, we have counselors, we have a primary care doctor, we have a nutritionist. When an eating disorder involves serious medical problems or severe depression, a hospital or special treatment facility may be recommended as well. Okay, you know, if you or your friends suffer from or aren't sure about an eating disorder, you should contact our counselor. You know, Mr. Crocker is a counselor. You can talk to us. But you know what? If this is you, you have to take care of it. Don't forget that 1 in 5 people die from these mental disorders. Seek help immediately. You got to take care of yourself. Okay? So this is our lesson 5 on eating disorders. You will be given today, or you should be given today, a eating disorder parent interview form that will be due Monday. That parent interview form is for you to interview your parents with, and it's just an informational sheet, but it's once again you completing it, not just handing to mom or dad and saying, here, fill this out. It's you asking them the questions, sitting down with them, and getting the answers. It could be mom, dad, brother, sister, grandma, grandpa, guardian parent, doesn't matter. Okay? All right, you guys, have a great weekend.